And now, let's talk about two more powerful media, video games and the internet. You like video games, right, Brad? But just how realistic are those games? First, let's read the mail. This comes from Mike.
Dear Straight Talk, I just want to say that I have played video games for a long time, starting when I was 7. Now, I have a big library of games. Some people think I've gone overboard. What do you think?
Well, if the games you play promote risk-taking behavior, or violence, or if you spend excessive time in front of the screen, you could be doing harm to yourself, whether you realize it or not. Research has shown that excessive exposure to violence in the media can desensitize you to violent behavior in real life.
But Brad, not all games are violent.
Sure, but generally kids who are often angry or impulsive and hot-tempered, who play the violent games addictively, who have no other outlet for their rage, are the ones parents and teachers need to counsel.
I have also heard and seen that the girls and women in those games are frequently portrayed as sex objects or cast in demeaning roles or roles where they suffer abuse.
I think that's true. The games certainly don't do much for the image of women. Yet the video game market is huge and growing. The games continue to use sex to promote violence. And as technology advances, the distinction between fantasy and reality becomes more blurred.
So you have to be informed, and this is where our checkpoints are important. Are these games realistic? Are they accurate and honest? I mean, is life like this?
Exactly. And even knowing that the games are just for fun, that they don't reflect reality, is a bit of a cop-out. When people play these games excessively, they may become desensitized to the unhealthy messages, sometimes with negative consequences.
Since the internet is the most recent media phenomenon, we've left it to last. What can we say about this medium that is so available at all times?
I think we can say the same things we say about other media. The internet world is vast. It's an amazing resource that gives us access to a wealth of information and allows us to communicate worldwide.
But there are good and bad things on it. Be careful of misleading information. Anyone can publish a website. And think about all the email hoaxes that people have fallen for. Check to make sure that the information you are getting is accurate. Ask yourself or a librarian, parent, or teacher these questions. Is the source reputable? Who put the information online? And most importantly, what do they have to gain from it?
Whatever you are doing on the internet, whether it is research, or playing games, or just surfing, reflect on how you feel about what you are seeing and hearing. You have the decision-making power to close windows that serve up offensive material, or to simply shut down the computer.
Listen to your own feelings. If your parents don't talk with you about how you are spending your time, maybe you can bring up the subject and talk with them about it.
Here's another good letter.
My father and I watch TV together. Sometimes he asks me what I think about certain characters, or if I know people who behave that way. Sometimes he talks back to the TV. That's ridiculous, he'll say, or that's just plain sexist. Now sometimes I yell at the TV. It feels good. Even though they can't hear me, at least they know what I'm thinking.
They don't know what you're thinking. They really can't hear you. But we get the point.
It feels good to yell at the TV sometimes. You can also write letters to magazines, TV networks, and to advertisers to express your feelings. This is where the internet can be very helpful. You can easily find contact information and send an email. A single letter has been known to change an entire ad campaign. Look for our Marsh Media email address at the end of this show and send us your feedback. After all, we're a media outlet too.